Hello and welcome to our webinar on maximizing revenue for subscription businesses. In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to talk you through several strategies you can use to grow your recurring revenue and minimize churn. We've all heard that software is eating the world, and this certainly seems to be true when it comes to the explosive growth of the recurring business model in recent years. Gartner predicts that SaaS market revenues globally are projected to grow to over 113 billion by 2021. One of the key metrics for the health of recurring business models is customer retention. Yet involuntary churn, like missed payments or declined cards, account for 25% of customers churning. Today, we'll talk you through how you can reduce declines by an average of 45% and discuss strategies to grow revenues through your billing system. So whether you provide productivity software or financial products or even customer solutions, we recommend you pay attention to the following steps to help you create a seamless billing experience for your customers and help you grow your recurring revenue. We have summarized these recommendations, which can help any recurring business model grow their revenue, into 3 easy-to-action steps. Let's start with some ways you can make payment collection seamless for your customers. The first important step is to ensure that you have optimized your checkout flow to minimize any friction. For subscription-based business models, it's common to collect credit card information and charge it every month in the background. But you should also ensure that your billing solution supports accepting payment methods however your customers would like to pay. And this means you might also want to think about other types of payment methods outside of cards, such as digital wallets or bank transfers. Many companies we talked to told us about the pain points around invoicing. While lots of recurring businesses have successfully automated payments for their self-serve customers, the process of billing their larger customers via invoice still remained highly manual. Hosted invoices get paid 3 times faster than typical invoices. So this directly impacts cash flows and the bottom line. Stripe makes sending one-off recurring invoices easy with comprehensive automation and modern features to delight your customers. We highly recommend you automate important billing processes to offer your customers maximum flexibility. This reduces the need for customers to manually change their plans or go through your call center, which can prove very expensive for you and cumbersome for your customers. Stripe billing automatically calculates prorations every time a customer upgrades or downgrades a subscription plan. This can save your finance team hours of work every month, as they don't have to manually calculate a customer's fee every time they switch a plan during a billing cycle. So, by automating billing processes like applying discounts, offering trial periods, upgrades and downgrades, and calculating prorated plans, your customers can choose the right plan for them with minimum friction. Next, we recommend you use experimentation to evolve and grow your revenue. A great example of pricing experimentation comes from ClassPass. They started out with a really simple $99 a month unlimited plan. 4 years later, and with lots of plan and pricing experimentation in between, they decided to discontinue their unlimited plan entirely, and now they offer 3 tiers instead. In fact, all of our market research indicates experimentation is a really effective way to grow your revenue. Circuit is a cloud-based collaboration platform, and their CEO, Jack Underwood, told us that by increasing the price of their cheaper plan, it improves sales of their more expensive target plan by 100%. If it's a challenge to create and test pricing plans every time you want to run a new experiment with your billing provider, it'll limit your chances of finding the optimal price point your customers are willing to pay for your products. Remember that your billing system needs to be flexible enough to allow for experimentation. Now, let's talk about ways to minimize churn. Declines are a big deal for recurring revenue businesses. We see that on average, 9% of subscription invoices fail on the first charge attempt. Even among your existing customers, payments will fail. Your customers might involuntarily churn due to payment issues, even though they intended to pay for your product. Why? Cards may have expired, or they've run out of funds temporarily, or maybe they just forgot to pay their bill, or their details changed. Having the right revenue recovery tools in place is critical for subscription businesses. What we can see from our experience is that customers can recover up to 40% of initially declined subscription charges if they implement the right strategies. And one example of this is smart retries. With recurring revenue businesses, if you get a decline at the beginning of a billing cycle, there's still time to recoup the sale. But most solutions on the market utilize very basic time-based logic. For example, wait 7 days, retry, wait 7 more days, retry, and so on. This costs you in authorization fees for every retry, and realistically, you can only do it 3 to 4 times per month. At Stripe, we've built a much more sophisticated approach using machine learning and the vast information we see across the Stripe network. For example, we look at issuer behaviors, where the issuer flexes their thresholds up or down. This can be especially important to time the right window for cross-border businesses, where first attempts may take place in the middle of the night of the issuing bank. And we'll look at activity across the entire Stripe network for that card to understand if elsewhere it experienced success. All of this allows us to trigger retries in a much more customized, optimized way. And if the payment does end up getting declined, you need to make sure you have the tools in place to inform your customers right away to prevent that customer from churning. Make sure you are able to send out automated payment failed and expired card emails that look like they're sent directly from you. Another way of avoiding involuntary churn is to make sure you automatically update expired credit cards with new number or expiry date without having to go back and ask your customer. In just 1 year, Bench managed to recover 12% of revenue through using Stripe's automatic card account updater. That is a huge impact to the bottom line. Meetup is an example of a customer that's successfully using many of the strategies we've discussed in this webinar to grow their revenues. When Meetup first launched their business product, Meetup Pro, the company manually billed each customer. As demand grew, billing became too resource intensive to maintain. So Meetup chose Stripe Billing to streamline subscription billing and accounting and automate time-consuming tasks. Stripe helped Meetup improve existing payment workflows to create a single automated system of record and helped Meetup Pro drive a 300% increase in conversions. So in the last 9 minutes or so, we've outlined many of the key strategies to increase your revenue. At Stripe, we've worked with many businesses all over the world to optimize and automate their billing, invoicing, payments, and more. We'd love to talk to you about how we can do the same for you. If you're interested, get in touch with us at stripe.com/contact-billing. Thanks for listening.